Hey, this is Aaron Chen, and in this video I'm going to teach you exactly how to increase your conversions. Alright, now this strategy that I'm using right here, this is something that very few people use, so I want you guys to pay very close attention to how I do this. And this will really significantly increase your conversions and basically get a lot of people to do business with you that otherwise would never have done business with you in the first place. Okay? Now, what we want to do is we want to make the most of the leads that you already have, right? I mean, you've already generated them, so you may as well make the most of them. And the whole idea of this concept is to do more with less, okay? Do more with less leads. The other thing that you really want to do is connect with your current list, okay? As you already know, your list is basically the people that have left their name and the email address and the phone number inside of your website, and you're following up with them on a daily basis. And you really need to give them a chance to reach out to you, okay? So again, if you're generating 20 leads a day, I'm going to show you how to convert a lot higher with those 20 leads per day than anybody else in this industry, okay? Now, one of those things that you have to do is you have to be like a doctor, alright? You gotta be an internet marketing consultant. Now, what do consultants do and what do doctors do? Well, they ask a lot of questions, right? They ask their patients, they ask their clients different questions. And some of those questions that they ask are, what kind of problems are people having in their business, right? That's what you want to find out. You want to find out what people are struggling with, okay? And what you're going to be doing then is you're going to find a solution for your clients' problems. Okay, and then once you understand what kind of problems they have, you're basically going to recommend the best course of action for them to follow. Okay? Now, what is the easiest way for you to ask your list the questions that you want, right? The easiest way that I would recommend is to send them a survey. Okay, and that's really the key to this whole thing right here. You're basically going to ask people exactly how their what is their biggest challenges in their business. Okay, exactly what this is right here. You're going to ask people that are already in your list, whether they've been in your list for a day or a few weeks or months. Okay, you have to basically send them a survey and ask them, hey guys, what are you struggling with? Let me help you with your business, okay? And the ones who are really struggling, they'll actually reach out to you. They're actually going to take the time, 5 or 10 minutes, they're going to fill out your survey, and they're going to actually send that to you and say, hey, Bob, I'm struggling with this. Can you help me, right? And the best thing about this is that you have now positioned yourself as a pro, as a professional, okay? You're saying, I am a professional internet marketer, I'm a doctor, I'm gonna help you with your problem, alright? So, one of the best survey tools that I personally use in my business, okay, I'm gonna show you that right now, is called Instant Form Pro. Okay, and you're going to get a link to this at the bottom. Now, this is a paid application. You're going to have to pay for it, but it is very, very good, guys. It's one of the best surveys in the marketplace. Okay, and let me just show you an example. Now, I've got a lot of different types of surveys here that I use for different lists. Okay, but basically, let me show you some of the entries that people fill out. Okay, these are all the different surveys that people actually took the time to fill out whenever I sent it out to my list, right? Now, if you look at this, I mean, we're talking about, their all their information, their name, their email address, where they're based, the city, the country. I asked them for, their best evening phone number. I asked them, do you currently have a home business? If not, are you looking for one? Okay, what are your biggest frustrations or challenges in your business? Okay, and then there's a whole list. And look at this guy. I mean, lack of knowledge, lead generation, converting leads to sales. He lacks marketing training, no coach to mentor him, and other problems, right? So this guy has a lot of problems in his business. Okay, please tell me a bit more about your problems. So I want them to go into more detail about exactly what their problems are. Okay, and some of the other questions I like to ask is, have you purchased any other make money courses or training programs in the last 90 days? The reason why I ask these questions is if he has purchased or if they have purchased something in the last 90 days, the chances that they'll spend more money is very high. okay, because they've been spending a lot of money in this industry. So look at this guy. He's purchased a lot of different products here: Software Submitter Pro, Directory of e-zines, you know, that sort of thing, right? You know, would you like to ask any other questions and discuss anything with me in our business consultation? Okay. And look at look at the question. He has, what do I have to do to make money online? I only need 1K a month to survive. Can you help me or show me something real? Thank you, Dave. I mean, if this guy isn't screaming out for help right now, I don't know, you know, who is. All right. So he's basically raising his hand and he's saying, Aaron, help me. I need some help. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this guy back. I mean, he's left me a phone number. I know exactly what his problems are. And I'm going to call him back and give him a 20 or 30-minute business strategy session. Okay? Now, the business strategy session is not as complicated as it sounds. It's very simple. Remember in the previous video where I showed you the 9 action steps, action selling? All I do is go through those action steps. I ask him all the questions again. I build rapport, find out a bit more about himself or herself, and I basically give them a recommendation. Now, the greatest thing about this strategy is that you basically have one solution, okay? It's Carbon Copy Pro. But I can promise you that every single person that you speak to, they all have very, very similar problems. So your recommendation always leads them towards an online marketing training system, which will be Carbon Copy Pro. Okay, they don't know that, but obviously you do. So whenever you make that recommendation, it will be Carbon Copy Pro. All right. So some of the ways that you, first of all, you have to get the survey program. Okay, and then what you can do is you can send out a survey to your prospects maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, okay? And remember that because you'll be generating, you know, new leads every single day, it doesn't matter if some of your list has seen this email before, okay? You just have to make a different excuse for sending the email. Oh, it's the first of the month, you know, I want to help, you know, a lot of my people on my list. Or you could say something like, oh, you know, it's March, it's Easter weekend, and for Easter I have a special promotion. You know, I want to reach out to 5 or 10 of the you know, the people on my list, and for the first 5 people who fill out this survey, I'm gonna give you a special one-on-one 30-minute free strategy session where I'm gonna help you to solve your biggest business frustrations. Okay, and you can be very creative about how you send out these emails. But what I'm gonna do is below this video, I'm going to give you a link to get Instant Form Pro, okay? And I'm also going to give you a link to an example email that I would blast my list, okay? And by now, you should already understand how to blast an email to your list. I showed you how to do that in the video, in the videos before this, okay, for your autoresponder. All you have to do is check out the email, make it yours, but the basic format of the email is something that you would want to send out, the basic wording and you know, the logic and idea behind that email, okay? And all I do, guys, is I email out this survey to my list maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, and I'll have a handful of people that will reach out and say, Aaron, I need help, okay? And I make sure I call them back and I make a recommendation to them. Now, what I do is after I make the recommendation, I send them a nicely formatted email with my recommendation of Carbon Copy Pro. I break down all everything we spoke about in the meeting. Okay, I make the recommendation and I point them back to my Carbon Copy Pro application page. That's it, on my thank you page. And that's all I do. And then I follow up with them. And I make sure that they know that I'm going to follow up with them in a couple of days. I make sure they receive the email, okay? And if you do this religiously, guys, you are going to significantly increase your sales and your conversions, okay? So make sure you do this, and I promise you'll have a lot of fun with this strategy. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.